Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about finding data points when we're given a percentile or a top percent or a bottom percent. Okay, but instead of using the charts, we're going to go ahead and use a TI-83 or a TI-84. It's basically the same thing, which you've known from the past if you've watched some of the other videos. But let's go ahead and get started. Here's the setup for this problem. A soda company fills their bottles with 16 ounces of fluid. The company knows that the machine is not perfect and will not fill 16 ounces in every bottle. The quality control manager knows that the fluid levels follow a normal distribution with mean 16 and standard deviation 0.4 ounces. And in order to make customers happy, the company is going to discard any bottle in the bottom 5%. What is the most a bottle can be filled up with to be put up for sale? Okay. So what this means here is I'm going to start off with the population distribution, not the standard distribution, just to show you. This is going to be our end product, but the middle is 16, okay? You could kind of cut it like this and shade that at 5%. Now this area is 5%. Now, whatever this number it is and below, okay, are going to be thrown out. These are out. Anything over here, whatever this number is and above, will be sold. Okay, so our goal is to find out what this is right here. Let's find out what that is. Okay, so looking at the other thing, at the other videos, it's the same process, but we're just going to find it a different way. So I'm going to start off with my standard normal, because we want to go from, we have a percentile actually. Even though they didn't give a percentile, we know it's bottom. Bottom 5% is a percentile. We turn that into a z. We want to turn that z into an x. Okay, so here's my standard normal, which would be 0, and this correlates with the 5%. Okay, I'm looking for this z. Will it be positive or negative? If you've seen the other videos, you know any z to the left of 0 will be a negative z. So I'm looking for a negative where it is 5%. Now instead of pulling the chart off, it's easier just to use your calculator. Okay, so let me pull in my calculator. Okay, and these are distributions. So if you look right here, it says distribution. So it's second vars. Now we want to go to the inverse norm function, which is the third one down. Go ahead and hit enter. Okay, inverse norm. And what you want to do is put the percentile. Whatever's to the left. Okay, so this is going to be inverse norm. And I want anything below 5%, so I put 0.05. Make sure you write it as 0.05. Okay, and this gives us our z-score. This is going to be our z. Oh, I forgot to put it in there. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead and put 0.05 in there. So now I'm telling the calculator to give me the z-score that's associated with 5% to the left, which is negative 1.645. Now we don't want to round. We don't want to round. If you remember to find this number right here, okay, it's going to be x is equal to the mean, which is 16. Since we're on the left side, we're below, so we're going to go less, subtract. This is our standard deviations right here. Okay, so it's going to be 1.645. You're allowed to write this, but don't do it in your calculator. And what's the standard deviation? 0.4. Okay, so this is our x value. Remember, we're going to be in ounces when we're done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say 16 minus. Now I want to put this, what's already as a minus, so I could put it as a plus. You see that? That's a minus right there. It's a minus. Okay, I'm going to take this number and I'm going to put it where it's blinking. Now to do that, you hit answer, second answer. Now it puts there. I want to times that to the standard deviation, which was 0.4. Okay, this equals 15.34. Okay, so any bottle, you always have to tell. Think, show, tell. Think, show, tell. That's what you have to start getting used to. I'm thinking about my problem. I'm showing everything, and now I want to tell about it. Any bottle with 15.34 ounces or more will be sold. Okay. The next one, let's go ahead and find the middle 50%. The middle 50%. So I'll start off at the end game again. Okay, so that's 16. The middle 50%. So let's draw a line here. Let's draw a line here. And the middle 50% is here. So what we're interested in is finding this x-score and this x-score. I'm putting them right in here. Okay, so to do that, let's go ahead and get our areas. So if this is 50, this has to be, you come up with it, has to be, if this is 50, you know the whole thing's 100, so this has to be 25, and this has to be 25. So we have a percentile for this one, and we have a percentile for this one. If you look at the other video, you know that this is, well, I'm on normals, but when we're dealing with z-scores, that's the same number of standard deviations away as that one. So the standard deviation is going to be the same. The z-score is going to be the same exact thing, just one's going to be positive, one's going to be negative. So let's go back and do this in the standard normal. So I'm looking for this z-score, and I'm looking for this z-score. This is a negative z-score, and that's a positive z-score, but it's going to be the same z-score. So all you have to do is find this one. This is 25%. All you have to do is find this one, and you know this one already. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. Same process. Second y equals. I'm going to put the percentile in there. Go down to inverse norm. Okay, and I'll 0.25. Put it in decimal form. Calculator, if you put 25, it won't know. Okay, so the z, I'll call that z1 for the left side, equals negative 0.6745. Okay, so now to find this score, I just have to transform it from a z-score to an x-score, from z to an x. And the way we do that is very, very easy. It's going to be the mean. Okay, my x is going to be the mean, which is 16, minus 0.6745 times 0.4. Okay, now notice when I'm putting this in my calculator, you have to be a little careful, because see, with your positive and negatives, but at this level you guys should be okay, because it's minus, but I'm going to do plus a minus. So I'm going to do plus, and I'm going to put a minus in there. Second equals. So plus a minus is the same thing as a minus. Okay, times 0.4 equal 15.7. So this one right here is 15.73. And to do the other one, instead of adding, I'm going to, or instead of subtracting, I'm going to add. So the next one's going to be x equals 16 plus 0.6745 times 0.4. And the reason, like I said before, this one here, that z is negative 6.745. Where this one here is the same thing, but it's just positive. So you're adding that many standard deviations, and you're subtracting that standard deviations. So let's go ahead and show you on the calculator. I'm going to go ahead and inverse norm it. Now you don't actually have to do this if you don't want. You can just turn that other one. Here, I'll show you a better way to do it. Okay, so I have the standard deviation right here. See, negative 0.67. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter on that. So that brings it there. But look, it's a negative. I don't want it to be a negative. I want it to be a positive, because I'm doing the right side right now. So if it's a negative there, all I have to do is multiply by a negative 1 there. That's going to turn my z-score into a positive. If you do inverse norm 0.75, it'll actually give you this. So let's go ahead and do the rest. 16 plus. Okay, now I want to put this top answer in here, so it's second answer. Now that's stored in there, times 0.4 equals. So the right side's going to be 16.2697. Okay, So that's how you do that one. Okay, and the last one I'm just going to do real quick. To be in the top 2%, remember our calculator, this is the top 2%. Top 2%. And I'm on standard normal. So standard normal, I'm finding a z-score. And then I want to, whatever I find, times 0.4. Okay, that's the formula. That's how many standard deviations away. That's why you do standard deviations times this and then add it to the 16. So top 2%. Can't work with tops. You have to work with the bottom. So the top 2% associates with the 98th percentile. Okay? 98th percentile. So when I do my inverse norm, I'm going to go ahead and put 0.98. You could put 2% in there, but the 2% is going to give you a negative z value, and you just need to take the positive one. Or you just do it the correct way, which is just to do the complement of that, which is 2.05. So this is going to be 2.05. You could do this, but in your calculator, you never want to round before your for your final step. 16 plus, let's go ahead and put that answer in there, times 0.4. Okay, equals 16.82. So to be in the top 2%, a bottle would have to contain at least, that's important, 16.28 ounces. At least, it's because on the regular distribution, I'll do this quick, 16, that's the top 2%. Anything over here, we just found this to be 16.82. Anything on this right side, anything that falls here, will do that. So it's at least this. This or more will be in the top 2%. Okay, well, that's it. That's how you do it with the calculator. Make sure you practice. Practice the other ones using your calculator, because most of the time you're going to be using your calculator and not the charts. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and have a nice day.